Hello, welcome to another YouTube Live. Here we are, another Monday at 7. So I'm here every week, and this is your chance to ask all the questions about mind, emotions, creativity, wellness, all of that. And yeah, I'm here. This is like a free class every week, Monday at 7. So that's 7 Barcelona time, and that is 10 Pacific time, I think, and 6 UK time. So welcome, thank you for being here. Today I want to talk about something very special. So it's something that we all have, something that every single human being has this. And it's something that's often overlooked, and it's something that's very important as well. So I've actually recorded a podcast episode about this a while back. I'll link it to the description after recording this. And so that this one thing, many people would often say, like when I say, oh yes, I live near Barcelona, and people say, oh, you're so lucky. You're so lucky to live there. You're so lucky to live in a sunny country. You're so lucky to live by the beach. You're so lucky. And I would hear that phrase quite a lot. You're so lucky. And yes, in some ways, I am very blessed, very fortunate, and very privileged as well. And also, it was a choice to come here. And this is a thing that we all have choices in life. We have the ability to make choices. And this is a thing. Are we making choices according to what we want or what we don't want? Or are we limiting our actions, our day-to-day actions, according to our beliefs? Or actually, are we waking up to the infinite possibility of choices that there are in every given moment? Now, of course, there are some people who are living very challenging circumstances on this planet. There are some people who perhaps have what it seems fewer choices than others, that are in situations that are limiting, restrictive, and I can't even imagine what it must be like, because, as I said, I live a very privileged life, and I'm aware of that. And also that in every single situation, even in the most dire circumstances, even in the most what feels like the most limiting circumstances or situations, there's still some element of choice there. If anyone has read the book by Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, that gives you an indication of what I'm talking about. It's how we choose to respond, how we choose to show up in a particular challenge or situation. Like, are we choosing to be the victim? Are we choosing to see it as this massive obstacle? Are we choosing to see it as a brick wall or a stepping stone to climb even higher, to rise even higher, to even like use that whole experience as medicine, as wisdom, as an opportunity for medicine and wisdom, as an opportunity for really uncovering the strength that we have within? Doesn't mean the challenging situations are easy, or that we want to wish that on people, or that we want to go through that. Though looking back, we can realize, okay, yes, challenges have been a wonderful opportunity. And it's our choice to see that as an opportunity or not. It's our choice to see that as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for learning about ourselves, an opportunity for really connecting to our inner strength, an opportunity for really discovering more about this life, this human life, an opportunity for so many things. Doesn't mean that it's easy, though there's an opportunity, and it's our choice to see it as that. And this is something that I've come to realize more and more over the years, that after some very potent experiences, personal experiences, whether that was with weekly panic attacks many years ago. If you haven't heard my story about that, go and listen to the first couple of episodes of the podcast. And also leaving abusive relationship, and also going through many other challenges, like issues with landlords and this and that and the other, and health issues, and the list goes on. Now, some of these experiences may seem quite mild compared to other people. Of course, I have no idea what it's like to be in the middle of a war in a country that's at war. I have no idea. I have no idea what it's like to live life always being aware of your skin color. Like, I have no idea. Though I have been through some challenges, and those challenges have been some of the biggest gifts. Now, they were hard, but they were gifts, and it's been my choice to see them as that. Now, that doesn't mean to say that I didn't have my moments of being the victim, or like really seeing that, oh, everything is terrible. And like, of course, when you're in the thick of things, sometimes those emotions come up and you feel all the grief, all the anger, the injustice, the fear, all of that. It can come up. Though at the end of the day, it's like, okay, what do I choose from now on? Like, what do I choose to do from now on? Like, what's my choice? Like I said in the beginning, like, people are always saying, like, oh, you're so lucky to live where you live. Well, that was my choice. That was my choice. It has its pros, it has its cons. I have family in different countries. I miss my family sometimes. So that is something that I've made a choice to live here. That's been my choice. Yes, I have a wonderful beach down the road, just 10 minutes walk away. It's been my choice, and it's been little daily actions, and also the bigger life choices that we make to actually, like, move country or change job or end a relationship. Though those little choices as well are so potent. All those little choices that we do throughout the day. Are we choosing well-being? Are we choosing health? Are we choosing to continue old patterns? Are we choosing to learn about ourselves or bring a little more tenderness to ourselves? Are we choosing to beat ourselves up and call ourselves names? It may feel like at times that we don't have a choice, especially when there are things going on unconsciously, when there are unconscious patterns playing out. And this is where NLP, hypnosis, EFT, all of those modalities come in handy when we've got perhaps some unhelpful habits going on. And this is the thing, so much of our behavior is determined according to our unconscious mind. So it can feel like sometimes we don't have a choice when there's a behavior or a habit playing out. I used to start the day every day looking at my phone. It would be the first thing. The alarm would go off, and I would use my phone as alarm because I have, this is one useful little tip. On my phone, I have a recording of myself saying affirmations. So that's my alarm clock. So when I wake up, I hear myself saying positive affirmations. Now, the sound of your own voice is one of the most powerful things. So that's why I have it. So that's why I use my phone as my alarm clock. And the alarm clock will go off, and straight away I'd rush to my phone, and then I'll open it up, and then I'll be there responding to messages. The WhatsApp, now I don't have Instagram or Facebook on my phone. I don't have any of those apps. Though emails, like all of those things, I would start responding, and some of that would be work stuff. So in the beginning of like literally just waking up, and I'm already responding to work stuff. And I realized that was not a good way to start the day. I was starting the day great with the affirmations, but I needed a little more time to wake up and really allow myself to fully enter the day and come into my body. So what I did is I used some NLP. I got some help with a NLP practitioner. I know the tools and techniques myself, obviously being an NLP trainer, though sometimes it's nice just to sit back, relax and have some support and have someone guide you through the process. So someone helped me with a particular NLP technique called the swish pattern. And since then, nothing. Like, I don't check my phone in the morning. And this is something that I do. The alarm goes off. I hear the alarm, I switch it off. I actually pick up my phone, switch it off, but I don't open my phone. I don't put in the pin to open it up. And I just lie there and I just bring my awareness into my body and bring my awareness to the gratitude and just bring my awareness to the present moment. And that's how I start my day. Now, it felt before that there was no choice. Like, when that unconscious pattern is playing out, and it was like, oh, so difficult to change that habit. Though I made a choice. I made a choice to seek support. I made a choice to use, in this case was NLP, but there are many different modalities out there that we can use to make a change. That was my choice. And I remember the very first few days, I was very conscious and aware of that this was a new habit that I was starting, and I was purposely making it as easy as possible. I was choosing that new experience. So it's choice. It's choice whether we want to make things easy or harder. It's choice whether we want to seek support or not. It's choice whether we want to learn about ourselves or avoid ourselves and just turn a blind eye. We have these choices all the time. This is something I talk about on Creating Change as well. So Creating Change is the program that I have that's coming up, and we really learn about ourselves. We really dive into, like, who are we? Like, who are we, and what who are we really at all levels? We look at our personality, we look at our beliefs, we look at our values, we look at our likes, like what we liked as a child, like what really like lights us up, like what brings back a smile on our face and ignites that spark within. We look at all of that. We look at our ego, our soul. We look at our soul purpose as well, thanks to the sacred art of numbers, numerology. So this is something that stems from a long time ago. I used the method based on the work of Pythagoras. So that's a long time ago. And it can bring some really interesting insights into who we are and the soul path that we have in this lifetime. So there are many different layers to that, and that's just module 3. There are 5 modules in total of Creating Change, and module 3, we really dive into who are we and the perspective. I call it the art of insight and perspective. And choice comes into that. Like, how do we choose to see ourselves? What stories are we holding on to? What stories do we choose to bring in? What's our choice? What's our choice? In module 2, we look at our physical body, and this also comes into it as well. We look at the stories that we've created about our physical body, the body image that we have, like the image of our body that we have. And this is a particularly big topic for many people, especially women. There's been a lot of women around the world, and I've had a lot of clients as well, female clients, that have struggled to see themselves in a positive light, and especially to do with their body, their physical body. So we make a choice to rewrite that in module 2, and we really look at what is the physical body? Like, are we just focused on certain aspects, like the wrinkles or the dark circles or the weight or lack of weight or overweight or size or whatever? Are we focused on that, or are we actually paying attention to what our physical body can help us experience? Like switching the story from surface level looks to the experience. That's a choice right there. And when we make that decision and that choice to switch that focus and to change the story, then things open up. Everything opens up. The whole experience shifts. It's like, wow, I have hands to use that I can write. I can type a message. I can have a drink. I can switch lights on and off. I can like paint. All these things, hold hands, give a massage, cook, all these wonderful things that we can do thanks to our hands, thanks to these wonderful tools that we have that we can use in this lifetime. So it's choosing that, choosing to see ourselves in a new light. And this is what creating change is all about. Creating change is really about falling back in love with ourselves and life, awakening to the magic of who we are at all levels, not just the physical level, not just the emotional level, no, like all levels. And doing that through creative arts and dance and insights. And it's a wonderful group experience. It's a wonderful, fun journey that we go on. And the previous groups have loved it, and some people have called it life-changing. Other people have just like really noticed the lightness that is brought back to them, like this lightness in their step as they go about their day. Other people have been using the gratitude practice exercise that I have, that's a physical movement exercise that's exclusive to the training, and they've loved that, and that's been something they've really integrated into their day-to-day life. Other people have really like found it a wonderful way to overcome shyness and really gain confidence in themselves and be able to set boundaries. There are so many wonderful benefits, and creating change is all about returning to the core of who we are. It's not about creating change on a material level, although sometimes that can be an added bonus that happens. Though it's not about getting the latest Ferrari or winning $100,000. It's about something that's so much more valuable, and it's about remembering who's within and falling back in love with that. And it's a journey. It's a journey. It's not like a click your fingers and you're there. And if anyone's selling that type of program, then I would think twice about that. Everything is all back to this. Is this dance? This is the thing. The life is this dance. Sometimes there's a step forward, a step to the side, 2 steps back, another step forward. Life is a dance, and the journey of self-love and self-acceptance is this dance. And we can feel like we're going in different directions sometimes, though ultimately we are moving. And when we are moving and we are dancing with that, and we're dancing to the rhythm within here, within our own heart, that's where the magic happens. That's where the magic happens, and that's when we start really unfolding and blossoming into the truth of who we are. And I'm on this journey too. I've made wonderful changes over the years, and I'm still in some massive changes at the moment. And there's still things that are changing and things that I notice that are unfolding and shifting and transforming. So it's this wonderful journey that we go through together, and we dance, we create, we paint, we share, we support each other on this journey. It's this wonderful group experience, and this is the wonderful thing about going through something as a group. Like, we remember at a deep cellular level who we truly are, because human beings are social creatures. We've come from community, we come from tribes, we come from being in community. That's where the magic happens. I say that a lot, but this is that's where it is. It's like when we come back in community, and even when we sit in circle, whether that's online, whether that is actually physically sitting in circle in person, which is what we'll do on Wednesday, March the 8th. So some of you might be watching this later after that. There may be other events at the time of watching this. The time of recording this, March the 8th, Wednesday, I have a workshop in Barcelona, a free experience in Barcelona, and you can join. There's a link in the description. And we will sit in circle. And this is the thing, like when we sit in circle and we're in a space where other people are listening and we're able to listen to other people, like we have a chance to share, and we also have a chance to listen to others. And everyone can share from the heart. That's a really healing space to be in. And I just wish that every human being on this planet can experience something like that in whatever way that is, with your family, with your friends, or actually in a workshop or a training. So Creating Change starts March the 22nd. The special early price ends this Wednesday, March the 8th. And it's both online, in person, so you can choose. So wherever you are in the world, if this is something that you would like some extra support, you want to fall back in love with yourself a little bit more, and you want to do that through fun, creative means, like different exercises where we paint and we dance, then we start March the 22nd. You can join us online. And if you're in person, like locally in Barcelona, and you want to do this in person and you're fed up of online stuff, then that's also an option as well. There are both options. I've made it really accessible to everyone because everyone has different needs, and this is the thing. And we can make a choice. Back to the topic, we can make a choice. Like, what do I choose going on from now? Like, what do I choose? Do I choose to be supported online or in person? Do I choose to continue habits or behaviors or hold on to beliefs that I feel is not really serving me? Or do I want to change that? And how do you want to change that? You can do that through a training like this, or you can do that one-on-one, or you can do that having a chat with your friends, loved ones. There are many different options. I'm not here to say that you have to come to Creating Change. That's totally your choice. It's really finding about like what resonates for you, what feels good for you. Do you want to have one-on-one support where you can really share from the heart and have a space where you can just talk even more and have the guidance and support from a professional, whether that's myself or someone else? Or do you want to be part of a community, part of a group? Is that something that you're longing for, to have connection, like real human connection with other people? And we can create deep connection online as well. This is the thing, like with Creating Change, we connect a lot, laugh a lot, dance a lot, share a lot, and it's all online. So there's many different choices there. And even if it's something like so simple, you decide to write a simple little post-it note, or you put a little notification on your phone, and you put a little loving message there, and you just stick it somewhere. You stick that post-it note somewhere so you can see it every day, or that notification pops up a few times a week with that little loving message. Like, just doing that, that's a choice to do that. And you can make that choice today. You can make that choice today to step up for yourself, show up for yourself, make a change for yourself. The first step is deciding, like making that choice, like choosing what it is that you want to contribute towards. Because this is the thing, like all our little daily actions are contributing to the future that we're creating. I wrote a post about this recently on Instagram, and I was talking about what kind of future do we want to create? Like, what kind of world do we want to create? Do we want to create a world where we're choosing to only use avatars on social media, like a digital version of ourselves and not a real photo of ourselves? Are we choosing to only interact minimally, like with a little emoji? Or are we actually choosing to respond with an audio message, or to actually have a phone call with someone or meet up with someone in person? And there's no right or wrong with this. It's just deciding what kind of life experience you want, and are your choices in alignment with that? Are you making the choices according to what you want to experience? So this is something that can be a good thing just to reflect upon, and just look at your life and how you live your day-to-day life and the choices that you make, and just decide, okay, is this constructive or destructive? Is this supporting me, or is this moving me further away from what I really want? Do I need support with this? Or am I going to make some first steps myself? So notice. I'm right there with you. I'm on this path too. And it's all about choosing what we really want in life and how we really want to show up. And for me, it's just coming back to the heart all the time, choosing that, and really living a soul-led life, a life where we are listening to the deeper yearning of the heart and the soul, and we're living according to that, rather than the shoulds and the musts and the have tos that perhaps we pick up from others or from society. So coming back to that, making the choice to live from there, even if it doesn't make sense to other people. When I made the transition 5 years ago now, it's a long time already. I spent many years working professionally with NLP, and NLP is great, and it's something that I love. And though I knew that there was something more, that I needed to bring in the creative arts and the dance, so I made that transition and creating change, which happened in a way that I didn't plan to create a training. It just happened. You can go back and listen to my podcast, the first couple of episodes, to hear the full story. There was a lot of things going on, and I ended up with this training, and which I call Creating Change, and it's been wonderful. It's helped me in so many ways, and still is helping me, and it's helped many of my students and clients too. And this is the thing, like you sometimes you go through life and you have an experience, and you don't like, things can happen, and then suddenly it wakes you up and you see something else, and you suddenly realize, wow, like I was totally living out of alignment before. I mean, I loved what I was doing, but that was not what my soul wanted to do. So I made that choice, and that was hard. That was hard because I'd spent so much time and energy and money and built up everything to teach NLP and train students and train new practitioners. And then suddenly to hear my soul saying, no, another direction, and to let everything go and start again from scratch. That was hard. Yeah, I knew I needed to do that. And I knew that there would be some challenges or some sacrifices along the way. Perhaps like my income would drop down for a while, or perhaps people wouldn't really fully understand. Like, some students have totally taken on board creating change and absolutely loved it and still love it. And then perhaps for some other meetup members or other students, that's not, creating change is not really their thing anymore. They were just into pure NLP, which is totally fine. Though I needed to listen to my heart and soul, and I needed to make that change for me. And that was a choice. That was a choice to do that. And it was a choice to really listen, because life sometimes can give us a few kicks up the backside to wake us up. And that's certainly what happened to me. And then you realize, okay, yes, I'm going to listen. I'm choosing to listen to this now. I'm choosing to live according to this now. I'm choosing this, even if it might not make sense to other people, even if it's scary, or even if it means less money in the beginning, or even if it means fill in the blank. Because ultimately, when we listen to our heart and soul and we live according to that, that is so much better than anything else. So I'll leave it there. If you want to join us for Creating Change, you are more than welcome. We've got a free taster on Wednesday, the 8th of March. And then also we have Creating Change, the training, both online or in person or both, starting March the 22nd. Early price ends this Wednesday. So all the details are in the description using the link. And if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat below in the description, and I can, like, underneath the description in the comment section, and I can respond. So sending you much love, and notice what choices you're making this week. Choose you. Much love to you.